I am here with Dr. Trần Trọng Kiên, who's the CEO of Vietnam Tourism Advisory Board, a organization in Vietnam that comprises of major tourism stakeholders and is a partner with the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism, the official tourism body for Vietnam. Vietnam, for those of you caught in the news, is opening to international travelers after being closed for 2 years. And they're very excited and keen to welcome back the 300,000 British visitors to Vietnam pre-COVID. So Ken, pleasure to meet you, and perhaps you can tell us about what's all in store in Vietnam for the returning visitor and new visitors.
Charlie, thank you, and thank you for arranging this this Zoom interview. I really hope that we could do it in person, but I guess nowadays this is it's easy for everyone if you can't travel. But I really hope to be having a chance to do it in person at some stage. I'm very, very excited and thrilled actually to share the news. Everyone knows that from the 15th of March, Vietnam have fully opened our door to our borders to international visitors. We also have very, very limited restrictions. The only thing we requested at the moment is that travelers or visitors would need to be tested 72 hours before they board a flight to Vietnam. I also hoping that that last restrictions going to be lifted shortly. I had a discussion with my friend from CDC, and she believes that Vietnam had done extremely well in terms of vaccination as well, but we are very, very ready to move on. So probably that last restriction will be lifted. In addition to that, Vietnam had resumed all our visa exemptions, as well as the visa requirements and visa online for international visitor. You probably know that travelers from the UK, United Kingdom, and Ireland is not required to get a visa to Vietnam if they are traveling less than 15 days. If they're traveling more than 15 days, they could easily get an online visa that would be granted within about 24 hours, or they could get a visa easily from the embassies. That all that policy is now in place. In fact, I was traveling to the UK yesterday, and everything was so smooth and almost exactly the same at the pre-pandemic level, just fewer travelers and obviously fewer flights. So we are very, very excited because as everyone knows, we were close to fight the pandemic from March 2020. So almost for 2 years, Vietnam will close for visitors, and every single industry stakeholders were very much looking forward to welcoming tourists to Vietnam again. The industry actually have been very strong and very resilient. And a lot of new things have happened as well. I think the places are much greener. The airport and infrastructure have been massively improved over the last 2 years. The new resorts and hotels, also existing resort hotel have been done up and actually be ready. Apply a lot of new safety procedure as well. So I think the countries were very much looking forward to welcoming more British travelers to Vietnam. Before the pandemic, you were right, it was about 300,000 British traveling to Vietnam a year, and we expect that this number will be increased. So before coming here, I was pleased to have dinner at the British ambassador residence, and where I got a chance to meet with the minister in charge of Asia from the front office here. And she did say that maybe what is the target were to bring about 500,000 British to Vietnam over the next 2 years. That is a good target to set, and I believe that the British travelers are very resilient, and they like the country, they like the food, they love meeting the people. This is still a very much exciting, exotic, and new destination for British travelers. So I think they will resume traveling to Vietnam again. Vietnam Airlines have resumed their flight at February and increasing the frequency of their flight. In addition to Vietnam Airlines, the new airline, Bamboo Airways, also started their flight just 2 weeks ago on a weekly basis and will be increasing the frequencies. In addition to those 2 direct flights, we have other airlines, the Middle Eastern airlines are all continue flying to Vietnam on daily basis. Singapore Airlines have a fantastic connection as well. So there were abundant of connectivities and connections available at the moment and affordable as well. So I really hope that that will translate into an increased number of travelers traveling to our destinations in the coming months.
What have changed in terms of, or being updated in terms of offerings for the visitors now? You had 2 years to plan for the borders to open at some point. What can the visitor expect now?
Well, furthermore, everyone aware that at the moment there were diversion of policies within the countries are opening, and at the moment, unfortunately, in our region, China was still closed, so they still following the zero COVID policies, and the border is not open. And China was a biggest source of travelers, international travelers before COVID, and its work accounted for 36% of total arrival of 18 million arrivals in Vietnam before COVID. And then some other country would not really fully open yet, Japan and just South Korea just announced the opening. So the diversion of policy have also led to one thing, with these fewer international travelers. So the first thing you expect and you see happening in Europe and the UK when we first opened in summer last year, was that very few travelers. It would have basically the amazing Halong Bay by yourselves. You also have a very nice beach resort, Pithin beaches to work by yourselves. It's very quiet and beautiful in that way. I think one of the main issues before the pandemic, everyone aware, was over tourism, and I think you don't have see that at the moment. It's very, very beautiful and nice and tranquil. The second thing is, as tourism have actually trying to adapt to solve the demand, there were amazing value for money at the moment. You see it in Vietnam right now, a fantastic package probably costs a little bit less than what it was before, and the value is extremely high. So Vietnam always been have extremely high values overall, but it's even higher at the moment. Thirdly, I think the point you're seeing as well is a greener products. Overall, Vietnam tourism have paid a lot more attention to sustainability. In a recent speech by our Prime Minister on the 26th of March to inaugurate the Visit Vietnam year 2022 to Quang Nam, Hoi An area, the Prime Minister highlighted the need to be much more sustainable. So the entire Visit Vietnam year 2022 and Visit Quang Nam is a green travel. So you see a lot more sustainability. The third thing you probably, and the next thing you will probably see in Vietnam as well, is the eagerness and the welcoming of both the resident and the trade. The industry is now offering much more familiarization than ever before. Apart from being the chairman of Vietnam and the Tourism Advisory Board, DAB, I'm also the CEO of DMG, DM Group, which is one of the largest travel group in Vietnam, with different hotels, brand, airlines, scenic, as well as technology companies for travel. And we actually, together with our partner Vietnam Airlines, are offering some amazing familiarization trips, and probably expecting hundreds of people traveling to Vietnam over the next 12 months. So there are maybe a few things to share with you about what is expecting traveler when they go to Vietnam post-pandemic.
So just to switch the discussion on markets for a moment, we have a large audience in North America. What are your expectations for the rebound of North American market?
Well, traditionally, the American is very shy, so they take a long time to to come back to pre-crisis level, right? So you all know that it takes a longer time to make a decision, and they often so I think for the British, why we expect a quicker recovery up to almost 3 months to pre-pandemic level. For American, we expect a bit longer. But one of the good thing about Vietnam and America is that the relationship between the two nations and the two people have been stronger than ever. I see that through the work working for Fulbright University Vietnam, and recently meeting with Mr. John Kerry, the climate change envoy from the President Biden. The two countries have now having a lot more activities and a lot more exchange. In addition to that, a lot of ethnic Vietnamese who are living in the US and who are willing to come back to Vietnam to visit. Now that the borders are open, it's easier. And thirdly, for the first time, we have Vietnam Airlines to do a regular flight between the two countries. They launched their direct flight from Ho Chi Minh City to San Francisco just last month, and that would be making a massive changes as well. So what I expect is the American will be timid to come back to the full level of 800-something thousand visitors to Vietnam a year, maybe up to 12 months to recover. I do hope, given the current situation happening here in Europe, also what's strengthening the partnership in Vietnam, the people of Vietnam and American, and the increased connectivity between the two countries. I hope that the recovery for American travel to Vietnam would be increased faster and faster than 12 months.
Dr. Trần Trọng Kiên, CEO of Vietnam Tourism Advisory Board and Chairman, CEO of TM Group, thank you so much for your time and to share all this information and knowledge with us.
Charlie, thank you very much for having me. I wish you a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.